I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money.
They just didn't have. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed to.
There was a time when Floyd Money Mayweather was the king of the boxing world. Known for his undefeated streak, his jaw-dropping financial success, and his larger-than-life persona, Mayweather built a legacy that most athletes could only dream of. With over $700 million earned from just 2 fights, the man was considered one of the highest-earning athletes of all time. Mayweather was not just a boxing legend. He was an icon of wealth, discipline, and power. However, fast forward to today, and we see a different side of Floyd Mayweather, one that involves financial turmoil, lawsuits, and mounting debts. The image of the man who once flaunted his millions in luxury cars, mansions, and jewelry is now overshadowed by a series of troubling reports that suggest his financial empire is crumbling. Floyd Mayweather's career in the ring was nothing short of historic. He wasn't just a boxer, he was a promotional genius. From his strategic decisions inside the ring to his business acumen outside of it, Mayweather created a brand that was synonymous with wealth and success. The most impressive aspect of Mayweather's financial journey was his ability to make money not just from boxing matches, but also from the promotion of those matches. His fights, especially those against names like Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, were global events that earned him record-breaking paydays. And let's not forget his iconic The Money Team brand, which further cemented his image as a self-made millionaire. But despite his massive earnings, Floyd Mayweather's lifestyle came with a heavy price. Reports have suggested that Mayweather's extravagant spending habits led to significant financial issues. His desire to flaunt his wealth, whether through his fleet of luxury cars or his multimillion-dollar mansions, may have been the very thing that put him in a financial bind. The man who had once seemed untouchable, with his jet-setting lifestyle and an endless parade of expensive purchases, now appears to be struggling with mounting debts that could threaten his empire. One of the most shocking revelations came when reports emerged that Floyd Mayweather owed over $22 million in taxes to the IRS. This revelation was a wake-up call for many, as it highlighted the dangers of living beyond one's means, even for someone with Mayweather's wealth. The IRS debt wasn't just a small oversight, it was a significant sum that forced Floyd to come out of retirement and take on exhibition fights. These fights, which many boxing fans initially thought were a fun hobby for the legendary fighter, turned out to be essential for Mayweather to pay off his debts. At first glance, Floyd's return to the ring for these exhibition matches seemed like nothing more than a money-making venture. Mayweather had long retired from professional boxing, and the general public assumed that he had made enough money to last a lifetime. But the harsh reality was that Floyd's lavish lifestyle had drained his financial reserves, and he needed to get back in the ring to avoid financial ruin. His exhibition fights against YouTubers and non-professional boxers were not only seen as a marketing gimmick, but as a necessary means for Floyd to pay off his debts. The situation was made even more complicated when critics like Oscar de la Hoya, a former rival, publicly criticized Mayweather for continuing to participate in exhibition bouts. De la Hoya went so far as to say that Floyd's involvement in these fights was embarrassing. To de la Hoya, Floyd's legacy was being tarnished by these exhibitions, and he believed it was time for Mayweather to stop embarrassing himself. These comments added fuel to the fire, as fans and critics alike began to question why a boxer of Mayweather's stature would even consider such bouts. Was Floyd really doing this for fun, or was it because he had no other choice? Meanwhile, the whispers about Floyd's financial troubles continued to grow. Mayweather, who had made millions from his fights, was now facing accusations of mismanaging his money. His spending habits had caught up with him, and reports suggested that Floyd had been living a life of excess for far too long. His mansion in Los Angeles, which cost millions of dollars, and his collection of luxury cars, including a Bugatti worth over $1.5 million, were just some of the symbols of Floyd's wealth. But these purchases now appeared to be more of a burden than a blessing. Floyd's financial situation seemed to deteriorate further when he made a bold claim about his real estate investments. In a video posted to Instagram, Mayweather announced that he had purchased 62 apartment buildings in Manhattan. The announcement shocked many, as it suggested that Floyd had ventured into the real estate business. However, Business Insider quickly debunked these claims, stating that there was no evidence of the sale. In fact, The buildings in question were still owned by their original owners, not Mayweather. This revelation raised more questions about Floyd's credibility, and many began to wonder if he was exaggerating his wealth to maintain his public image. As rumors of Floyd's financial struggles swirled, another shocking claim emerged. Gervonta Davis, a fighter who had worked with Mayweather, publicly stated that Floyd had been held hostage in Dubai due to unpaid debts. According to Davis, Mayweather had been trapped in the city over an issue involving jewelry and other luxury purchases. The claim seemed unbelievable at first, but multiple sources confirmed that Floyd had indeed been in Dubai and was dealing with unpaid debts related to his extravagant lifestyle. According to Davis, Mayweather had purchased expensive jewelry in the city but failed to pay for it, which led to his being stuck there until the matter was resolved. This story of Mayweather being held hostage in Dubai added yet another layer to the growing narrative of his financial decline. Floyd's claims of traveling the world for 2 months were quickly contradicted by Davis, who revealed that Mayweather had been stuck in Dubai for over 50 days. Floyd's response to the situation was evasive, and he downplayed the severity of the claims by referring to the incident as a minor delay. But this response only fueled more speculation, and it became clear that Floyd's financial problems were far more complicated than he was letting on. As if the Dubai incident wasn't enough, more troubling news followed. Mayweather was reportedly sued by his jeweler for unpaid bills, and there were whispers that Floyd was planning to sell off his luxury cars and other assets to pay off his debts. The man who once flaunted his wealth in public was now being forced to liquidate his assets just to stay afloat. The fall from grace for Mayweather, once considered a financial genius, was both shocking and heartbreaking. Floyd's financial troubles didn't end there. The controversy surrounding his real estate investments continued to spiral, with new reports claiming that Floyd's $42 million property deal was nothing more than a facade. Mayweather had claimed to own the entire portfolio, but sources revealed that the deal wasn't as straightforward as he had suggested. Floyd's real estate investments were shrouded in mystery, and it seemed as though he was struggling to keep up with the financial commitments he had made. At this point, it became evident that Floyd Mayweather's financial situation was more complex than anyone had imagined. His debts, his extravagant lifestyle, and his questionable business ventures had created a perfect storm of financial chaos. The man who had once been the embodiment of success was now fighting to stay afloat, both in the ring and in the real world. Through it all, Floyd Mayweather's response has been one of deflection and denial. He continues to claim that his financial issues are just minor setbacks, and he maintains that he's still in control of his money. But the evidence tells a different story. Floyd's reputation as a financial genius is being called into question, and his legacy as one of the greatest boxers of all time is now overshadowed by his mounting debts and questionable financial decisions. The future of Floyd Mayweather is uncertain. Will he be able to recover from this financial mess, or is this the end of the road for the man who once ruled the boxing world? The story of Floyd Mayweather serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of living beyond one's means and the consequences of mismanaging wealth. For now, all we can do is watch as Mayweather continues his fight, not just in the ring, but in the world of finance as well. As this saga unfolds, it remains to be seen how Floyd will handle the mounting pressure. His once invincible persona is now under fire, and the world is watching closely. Whether Floyd Mayweather will recover from these financial troubles or whether they will forever tarnish his legacy remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the rise and fall of Floyd Mayweather is a story that continues to captivate us all. Stay tuned for more updates on Floyd Mayweather's financial battles and how this will affect his future in the world of boxing.